Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Canadian numismatics, focusing on the most valuable 1-cent and 10-cent coins ever minted in Canada. For collectors, these coins are more than currency, they are pieces of history, rare gems that have stood the test of time and now command extraordinary value in today's auction markets. In this video, we'll explore the top 4 Canadian 1-cent and 10-cent coins, examining their history, unique features, rarity, and their current value in dollars. If you're a serious collector or simply fascinated by rare coins, you're in the right place. So let's get started. First up, the 1984 Canadian 1-cent penny. While it may seem like a small, everyday coin that many of us have seen and handled countless times, certain examples from this year have become highly sought after in the collector's market. In particular, circulated versions of the 1984 penny, with their unique characteristics and sometimes rare anomalies, are now commanding serious attention at auctions and in private sales. In this video, we will explore the history and background of the coin, its unique features, its rarity and condition factors, current market value in US dollars, and essential tips for collectors seeking to add this piece to their collection. The Canadian 1-cent coin has a rich history dating back to the mid-19th century, and by 1984, it had long been a staple of Canadian currency. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design that has evolved subtly over the years, while the reverse famously showcases the maple leaf twig, symbolizing Canada's enduring natural beauty and national identity. The 1984 penny was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa and Winnipeg, producing millions of coins intended for daily circulation. Despite its large mintage, the 1984 penny holds significance among collectors due to the minor variations and anomalies that can occur during the minting process. During this period, the mint was experimenting with improved dies and updated striking methods, which occasionally led to minor errors. These small differences such as die cracks, doubled dies, or slight variations in design can make a circulated 1984 penny far more interesting to a numismatist than one might initially assume. The 1984 Canadian 1-cent penny carries several distinct features that collectors look for. On the obverse side, you will find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Mackin, showing her wearing the young queen, portrait used on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. The reverse, designed by G. Kruger Gray, displays a pair of maple leaves on a twig, with precise detailing that, when examined closely, can reveal subtle differences in the leaf veins, the texture of the twig, and the finish of the coin's surface. Even in circulated condition, these coins can show interesting patinas or toning that add character and uniqueness. Some examples may exhibit die doubling, where a faint shadow of the design appears due to the coin being struck twice slightly out of alignment. Others may have small minting errors, including off-center strikes or die cracks. While these imperfections are usually minor, they can elevate a common penny to a collector's treasure, especially when verified and graded by a professional numismatic service. At first glance, the 1984 Canadian penny seems far from rare, given the millions minted that year. However, when we consider circulated coins, collectors become particularly interested in examples that have survived decades with minimal wear, clear design details, and attractive toning. Circulated coins with errors, unusual toning, or exceptional eye appeal are increasingly scarce, and that scarcity drives collector demand. Condition plays a critical role in determining value. Coins in lower circulated grades, which show heavy wear and loss of detail, are common and carry modest value. On the other hand, coins that retain sharp details on the leaves, the Queen's portrait, and the coin's lettering are highly sought after. Even slight differences in the wear pattern or luster can significantly impact a coin's desirability, making collectors very attentive when assessing 1984 pennies for purchase. The market value of a 1984 Canadian penny in circulated condition can vary widely depending on its state and any notable anomalies. Standard circulated coins in average condition typically trade for a few cents above face value, often between $267,000, depending on market demand. However, examples that display rare errors, unique toning, or exceptional preservation can fetch considerably more. Some coins have recently appeared in auctions commanding prices ranging from $560,000, and in exceptional cases, coins with certified errors or unusual minting features have sold for over $1 million. The key takeaway is that even a seemingly ordinary 1984 penny can carry hidden potential, especially if it stands out from the millions of others in circulation. If you're interested in collecting 1984 Canadian pennies, it's essential to approach this with a careful and informed strategy. First, examine coins closely for details such as sharpness of the design, toning, and any anomalies like die cracks or doubled dies. Use magnification to catch subtle features that can increase value. Second, always consider professional grading for coins that appear exceptional, as certification can significantly enhance market value and credibility among collectors. Third, stay informed about market trends. Coin auctions, numismatic shows, and online marketplaces are excellent resources for understanding what buyers are currently paying for circulated 1984 pennies. Finally, handle coins carefully, avoiding cleaning or polishing, which can drastically reduce their value. Natural wear and toning are often more desirable than any artificial enhancement. The 1984 Canadian 1-cent penny may appear ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it holds far more significance than its humble denomination suggests. Its rich history, unique features, and potential rarity in circulated condition make it a fascinating coin to study, collect, and in some cases, invest in. While most circulated examples are modestly priced, the right coin with the right characteristics can be a gem in any collection and even a profitable find in today's numismatic market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1984 penny is a reminder that sometimes, the smallest coins can carry the biggest stories. So, if you happen to find a 1984 Canadian penny in your pocket change or in an old coin jar, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding a small piece of Canadian history with surprising value. Next up, the 2004 Canadian 10-cent piece with a P mint mark. You might think a dime is just worth 10 cents, but this particular version has stirred up a lot of interest online and among collectors. What makes it special? Why are some people calling it rare? And more importantly, what could it be worth today in US dollars? You'll know everything you need to know, whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious coin enthusiast. Let's get started. The Canadian dime has a long and fascinating history. Introduced way back in 1858, it has been in continuous production for over 150 years, becoming one of Canada's most recognizable coins. Unlike its US counterpart, the Canadian dime is magnetic due to its multiply plated steel composition, a feature introduced in 2001 to reduce production costs and improve durability. By 2004, the dime was well into this plated steel era. That's where our P mint mark comes in. This mint mark indicates that the coin was struck using the plated process at the Royal Canadian Mint. It isn't a mint mark like D or S used in US coins, rather it signifies the type of plating process used on the coin. Between 2001 and 2006, this tiny P under the Queen's effigy was placed on circulating coins to denote that multiply plated steel composition. So, when we talk about the 2004 Canadian 10-cent P, we're talking about a regular circulation coin, not an error. Not a proof, but one with a specific manufacturing mark that some collectors find interesting. Let's talk about what this coin actually looks like. On the front, the obverse, you'll see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina. Around her, below her neck, is the little P mint mark, telling you it's one of that plated issue. Turn the coin over, and on the reverse you'll find the iconic Bluenose schooner, Canada's beloved sailing ship that has graced the dime for decades. This classic design was created by Emmanuel Hahn and has remained largely unchanged, making the dime instantly recognizable to coin lovers. Physically, this coin weighs about 1.75 grams, measures 18 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. The plating gives it that silvery shine, but at casual glance it can look just like any other dime from the early 2000s. Now here's where things get interesting. On the surface, the 2004 P dime is not inherently rare. According to coin catalogs, the 2004 P dime had a mintage of over 200 million coins. In other words, lots of them were made. But collectors often talk about how coins can be rare in high grades. The condition of your coin matters a lot. Most dimes in pocket change or circulation end up scratched and worn, and those aren't particularly valuable beyond their face value. But when you find one in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition, one that still looks sharp, with minimal wear, that's when collectors start to pay attention. Some specialist catalogs and coin grading services show that a high-grade 2004 P dime can fetch more than the typical circulation value, especially when it's graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. The rarity doesn't come from the year alone, it comes when you find that coin in exceptional condition, or even a proof, like or specimen version. Those special varieties are produced in smaller numbers and can be more desirable among collectors. So what could your 2004 Canadian dime actually be worth today in US dollars? The short answer is, most of them are still close to face value. On average, a typical circulated 2004 P dime might sell around $285,000 in the collector market, depending on condition. Uncirculated examples, especially those with minimal wear, can be worth more, but they're still not usually extremely high-value coins like some mythic rarities. Certain high-grade pieces graded by a third-party grading service could sell for $350,000 or more at auction, but generally speaking, even well-preserved coins from this series sit in the single-digit dollar range unless they're unusual specimens. There are stories online about coins with P marks that people think are extremely rare or valuable, some even claiming thousands of dollars, but most of those are misunderstandings or refer to different specific varieties or errors that aren't typical of the regular 2004 P dime. It's important to verify with trusted grading services and professional numismatic guides. If you're collecting this coin, here are some real tips that collectors follow. First, condition is everything. A scratch-free or shiny uncirculated coin is far more desirable than one with heavy wear. Always handle coins with clean hands or gloves to avoid oils damaging the surface. Second, if you think you found something special like a proof-like strike or unusual toning, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Getting a certified grade can drastically increase a coin's market appeal and help you understand its true value compared to average examples. Third, do your research. Price guides and up-to-date auction results give you a realistic picture of what people are actually paying. Some collector communities online can be helpful, but always cross-check with established numismatic catalogs. Finally, avoid myths and rumors. Just because a coin has a P doesn't automatically make it rare or incredibly valuable. In this case, it mostly indicates the plating process used by the Royal Canadian Mint. So there you have it, the story of the 2004 Canadian 10-cent P coin. It's a fascinating piece of modern numismatics, with a rich historical background and many interesting features that make it worth collecting. While most examples are only worth a bit more than face value, high-grade pieces and special varieties can attract real collector interest. If you've got one sitting in a drawer, it's worth taking a closer look, and who knows, maybe you've got something special after all. Next up, the Canadian 10-cent coin from 2009 without a mint mark, discovered in extra fine condition and now considered one of the unexpected treasures in today's auction market. This small silver-colored coin, often overlooked in everyday circulation, has proven that even modern coins can carry surprising value when production anomalies and scarcity collide. So let's dive into its story, its unique features, and why it's becoming a sought-after piece among serious collectors. The history of the 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin takes us back to a time when the Royal Canadian Mint was transitioning through updates in production processes and distribution patterns. Normally, modern Canadian dimes from this era carry no mint mark at the front near the Bluenose schooner design, but they may show small variations or occasional anomalies depending on the die preparation and how batches were struck. The 2009 series itself is remembered for its sharp design work and its widespread circulation across Canada. The Bluenose schooner, a symbol of Canadian maritime pride since the 1920s, had been used on the dime for decades, and by 2009, the mint's techniques produced highly detailed surfaces. However, what makes this specific? No mint mark. Variety notable is that some examples appear to have been struck using dies that lack the typical identifying details found on other coins from nearby years, creating an unusual and collectible variety that stands out in the numismatic landscape. The unique features of the 2009 10-cent coin without mint mark begin with the overall craftsmanship visible on both the obverse and reverse. The obverse features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Susanna Blunt, a design that has graced Canadian coinage for many years. Collectors appreciate how the extra fine specimens show a clear, well-defined portrait with minimal wear on the hair, crown edges, jawline, and field surfaces. On the reverse, the Bluenose schooner displays crisp detailing in the sails, rigging, and hull lines, especially when the coin is preserved in extra fine condition. The fields retain a soft original luster, and the rims remain sharp, which helps confirm the grade and authenticity of pieces considered above average. The absence of a mint mark adds to the intrigue because it distinguishes the coin from other contemporary issues and suggests a variation in production that enhances its desirability. Rarity and condition play the biggest role in determining why this coin has climbed in importance for collectors. While millions of Canadian dimes circulate each year, only a very small fraction of the 2009 no mint mark variety has been identified and confirmed in higher grades. Most circulated examples found in pockets or coin rolls show heavy wear, making extra fine or better specimens significantly more difficult to locate. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins that show only light handling, clear design elements, and minimal abrasions. Because modern coins are often ignored or spent without inspection, many of these rarities slip through unnoticed, creating an even smaller pool of premium condition pieces. This combination of scarcity, condition sensitivity, and unexpected anomaly has dramatically increased collector demand in recent years. The current market value in dollars reflects this growing attention and competitive bidding at auctions. While an average circulated 2009 10-cent coin holds only face value, the rare no-mint mark examples in extra fine or higher condition can command impressive premiums. Depending on clarity of detail, surface preservation, and confirmation of the variety, these coins may sell from $360,000, with some exceptionally sharp pieces occasionally reaching even higher levels during online auctions or collector-specific events. Market trends show that interest in modern Canadian varieties is steadily climbing, and as more collectors discover this anomaly, values continue to rise. The unpredictability and rarity of such modern mint variations often make them some of the strongest performers in today's numismatic market. For collectors seeking to identify or preserve one of these coins, a few tips can make all the difference. First, always inspect the surfaces under good lighting and, if possible, use a magnifier to ensure that details on the schooner and the Queen's portrait remain crisp and free from excessive wear. Look closely for the absence of any mint mark or distinguishing marks that might indicate it belongs to this rare variety. Handling should be minimal, preferably with gloves, to avoid adding new scratches or oils to the surface. Storing the coin in a protective holder can help preserve its grade and maintain its market value. If you believe you possess a high-quality example, consider consulting a professional grading service to authenticate and encapsulate the coin, as certified coins often command stronger prices at auction. The 2009 Canadian 10-cent coin without mint mark in extra fine condition stands as a reminder that small coins can hold big stories, and even recent issues can rise to become modern-day treasures. Its unique combination of rarity, sharp design preservation, and growing collector interest has turned what was once just another dime into a valuable and exciting find in the numismatic world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, be sure to keep an eye on your change, because hidden rarities like this continue to surprise the market and inspire collectors everywhere. Next up, we are exploring one of the more intriguing modern Canadian coins that has been quietly gaining attention in the collector's market: the 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin without a mint mark. While it may seem like just another dime at first glance, this coin holds a special place for collectors due to its rarity, condition, and unique features. From its historical background to its current market value, we'll cover everything you need to know to recognize, understand, and appreciate this remarkable piece of Canadian currency. The 10-cent coin, commonly referred to as the dime, has been a staple of Canadian currency for over a century. Traditionally made of nickel or a nickel-copper blend, the coin has featured the iconic Bluenose schooner on its reverse since 1937, symbolizing Canada's proud maritime heritage and the country's rich nautical history. In 2012, the Royal Canadian Mint produced a full run of dimes, most of which were struck with the standard mint mark indicating their place of production. However, a very small number of these coins were released without the mint mark, making them highly sought after by collectors. What makes the 2012 dime particularly interesting is that it belongs to the modern era of Canadian coinage, where most coins are produced in massive quantities, yet this variation without a mint mark is exceedingly scarce. Coins like these provide a rare glimpse into the subtle variations and occasional anomalies that occur during the minting process. The 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin without a mint mark is visually identical to its standard counterparts at first glance. On the obverse, you will find the familiar effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, showcasing the Queen's dignified profile and capturing her grace and presence in remarkable detail. Surrounding her portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth II, and DG Regina. Consistent with modern Canadian coinage, the reverse features the timeless image of the Bluenose schooner, the vessel that has come to symbolize Canadian pride and ingenuity. Despite the similarities in design, the absence of a mint mark distinguishes this coin and confirms its rarity. The mint mark, typically a small letter near the coin's edge or beside the date, indicates whether the coin was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa or Winnipeg. A 2012 dime without this mark stands out immediately to experienced collectors as an unusual variation. Rarity is the cornerstone of numismatic value, and this 2012 Canadian dime without a mint mark exemplifies that principle. Because only a limited number of these coins were accidentally or intentionally released without the mint mark, they are extremely difficult to find in circulation. Even experienced coin dealers rarely encounter them, and when they do, the coins are often in circulated condition, with varying degrees of wear. For collectors, the condition of the coin is crucial. A 2012 dime without a mint mark in very good condition showing minimal signs of handling, scratches, or wear can fetch a significantly higher price than one that is heavily circulated. Numismatists rely on grading systems to assess condition, and coins in high grade or very fine condition are particularly desirable. The combination of rarity and condition makes this coin a standout piece for any collection and a potential investment opportunity in the numismatic market. So, how much is a 2012 Canadian dime without a mint mark worth today? Market value can fluctuate based on collector demand, condition, and recent sales in auctions or private sales. As of now, a well-preserved coin in very good condition can command anywhere from $300,000 to $78,000, depending on the level of interest from collectors. Coins in exceptional, almost uncirculated condition can fetch even higher prices, occasionally reaching close to $1,000 in competitive auctions. The demand for this coin continues to grow as collectors become aware of its rarity, making it a valuable asset for anyone interested in modern Canadian numismatics. For collectors seeking to acquire a 2012 Canadian dime without a mint mark, attention to detail is key. Always examine coins under proper lighting and magnification to ensure authenticity and confirm the absence of a mint mark. Be cautious of altered coins or counterfeits, as rare variations often attract unscrupulous sellers. Keeping coins in protective holders and avoiding direct handling will help preserve their condition and maximize long-term value. Networking with reputable dealers, joining coin clubs, and monitoring online auctions can provide opportunities to discover these rare dimes. Patience is essential. This coin is a rare gem, and finding one in top condition can take time, but the reward is well worth the effort. The 2012 Canadian 10-cent coin without a mint mark is more than just a small piece of metal. It is a fascinating anomaly, a piece of history, and a rare collector's item. Its combination of modern design, historical symbolism, rarity, and potential market value makes it a must-have for serious collectors and coin enthusiasts alike. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your journey into coin collecting, recognizing the importance of variations like this one adds depth and excitement to the hobby. Keep an eye out for this elusive dime, protect it carefully, and enjoy the thrill of owning a truly rare piece of Canadian currency. Thank you for joining us today, and as always, keep hunting for those rare finds and treasures in the world of numismatics. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into coins that hold both history and value. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video on coins worth far more than their face value. Drop a comment below if you want us to evaluate another coin, and until next time, keep hunting those treasures.